Okay, ready for a deep dive? Today, we're tackling arthritis.
Arthritis, yeah.
But not just the usual aches and pains everyone talks about.
Right.
We're going way beyond that.
Yeah.
You've given us some really interesting research, and we're really going to dig into how arthritis is, well, kind of changing.
Evolving, yeah.
Yeah, evolving in 2024.
Definitely, and especially for those people who think they know everything about arthritis.
And you'd be surprised how many people think they do.
Oh, I know.
Like, they think it's just a few creaky knees here and there.
Yeah, just a few pops and creaks and you're good to go.
Exactly.
But this article, it actually cites 58 million people.
Wait, 58 million?
58 million. Just in the U.S. alone, who are dealing with some form of arthritis.
See, that's a staggering number.
It is.
That really highlights how this isn't just your grandparents' issue anymore.
No.
This is impacting people of all ages.
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting? This whole arthritis thing.
Okay.
It's a little bit, well, it's a bit of a misnomer.
Really? How so?
We use it as this catch-all term, right?
Yeah, like if it's your joints, it's arthritis.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it's actually an umbrella term for over 100 different joint conditions.
Over hundreds. See, this is why I love doing these deep dives with you.
Always learning something new.
Always. Okay, so over 100 conditions, but for today, we're focusing on the big ones, right?
Right. Got to narrow it down.
Osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. We're tackling those two.
Exactly. Those are the big ones.
Okay.
And they're perfect for illustrating how different, like, the experience of arthritis can actually be.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So osteoarthritis, that's the one everyone calls wear and tear.
Right. Makes sense.
And this article had a great analogy, actually.
I love a good analogy. Lay it on me.
Think about, like, your favorite pair of shoes.
Okay.
Over time, what happens? They wear down.
Sadly, yes.
It's the same with the cartilage that cushions our bones, especially with osteoarthritis.
So all those years of running around, maybe a few sports injuries in my younger days.
It all adds up.
They all add up, especially in those weight-bearing joints, like my knees and hips.
Your knees, your hips, ankles.
Yeah, it makes sense why I hear about osteoarthritis more and more as I, well, you know.
As you get a little bit older.
Let's just say I'm maturing.
Maturing, I like that.
But it's not just about age, is it?
No, not at all.
You mentioned those injuries, even carrying extra weight.
All of that puts stress on your joints.
Makes osteoarthritis more likely.
More likely, yeah. And in fact, the article even mentioned that a small amount of weight loss, like even 10 pounds, can really reduce the pressure on your knees.
Okay, so small changes can make a big difference.
Exactly.
Got it.
Small changes, big impact.
Okay, now rheumatoid arthritis, that's a whole different ball game, right?
A whole different story.
So it's not just wear and tear, it's your body attacking itself.
Yeah, it's like your body's gone haywire.
Right.
Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disorder.
Okay.
That means your immune system, which is supposed to fight off infections, it's attacking the lining of your joints.
So instead of going after a cold virus,
it goes after your knees.
It attacks my knees. Oh, the irony.
Talk about bad timing, right?
The worst. And unlike osteoarthritis, which seems to develop gradually, rheumatoid arthritis can just show up out of nowhere.
Pretty much, yeah.
Often affecting multiple joints on both sides of your body.
At the same time, it's wild.
That's wild. You know, I'm starting to understand why this article goes beyond just the physical symptoms of arthritis.
Yeah, absolutely.
That unpredictability.
Right, that not knowing.
Not knowing when a flare-up might hit.
Exactly.
That's got to take a toll mentally and emotionally, too.
Oh, absolutely, it does. It really does. Just imagine that anxiety of not knowing if you'll be able to get out of bed tomorrow.
Without being in excruciating pain.
Exactly. Or if you'll be able to keep up with your family, your friends.
Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with. It really is.
It really is a lot to handle. You're right. It's a lot to process. You're so right. It's a lot to process.
It is. It is.
And honestly, just knowing that others experience it too, that's got to be somewhat comforting, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not just me feeling this way.
Absolutely. It's like this weight is lifted.
Exactly.
Shared experiences, they're so validating.
They really are.
And, you know, that actually leads perfectly into what I found most interesting in this 2024 research.
Oh, tell me more. What's got you hooked?
The focus on this holistic approach to treatment, it's really fascinating.
Okay, so beyond just like popping pills, what's new? What's the latest and greatest?
Right, because let's be real.
Yeah.
Those over-the-counter painkillers, they have their place.
They do. They do.
But they're not a long-term solution.
No, they just mask the pain, right?
Right, exactly. Managing symptoms, not addressing the root cause.
Right.
But this article, it delves into some really interesting advancements.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
You familiar with DMARDs?
DMARDs, yeah, those are the disease-modifying drugs, right?
I got it.
The ones that actually try to slow down the disease, not just cover up the pain.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah.
And while methotrexate, that's been a common treatment for a while.
Right.
This article highlighted some really cool developments.
Oh, like what?
With a newer class of DMARDs, they're called JAK inhibitors.
JK inhibitors. Okay, I think I've heard of those.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that target the inflammation, right? Like in the immune system.
You got it. You're on top of it.
I try. But I'd also heard they had fewer side effects than some of the older medications.
That's what they're finding.
Okay, that's good news.
It is.
Good news for sure.
Yeah, they're showing a lot of promise.
Okay.
In terms of effectiveness and safety. Both.
That's great to hear, but beyond just medication, though, their research, it also really emphasized physical therapy.
Huge. Yeah.
Which I have to admit, it can feel kind of counterintuitive.
I know, right?
When everything hurts, the last thing you want to do is move.
It's like your body's saying, just stay put.
Exactly.
But I'm sure you've heard the phrase, motion is lotion.
Oh, yeah.
It's true, especially with arthritis.
Interesting.
Targeted exercises, even gentle movements, can actually reduce your pain and stiffness in the long run.
So it's about, like, strengthening the muscles around the joints.
Exactly.
And improving flexibility. So it's like building a support system for those achy areas.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, like, intense workouts, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This article specifically talked about the benefits of water aerobics.
Oh, water aerobics.
Yeah, which I always recommend.
Okay.
Because the buoyancy of the water, it takes the pressure off your joints.
Right.
You get a great workout without putting extra stress on your body.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for someone with, like, limited mobility.
Exactly.
It's like tricking your body into exercising.
I like it, yeah.
But I am curious.
Yeah.
For those really severe cases where maybe the traditional treatments aren't working.
Right.
What are the options in 2024? What's out there?
That's where things get really, really interesting.
Okay.
Joint replacement surgery, especially for hips and knees.
Yeah, joint replacement.
It's come a long way.
It really has.
This article, it featured a story about this woman who had been struggling with, like, debilitating arthritis for years.
Oh, wow.
And after she had a knee replacement, she was able to hike with her grandkids again.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's amazing, right?
It really is a testament to how far medical technology has come.
It really is.
That's amazing. But I do appreciate that this article doesn't just focus on the high-tech stuff.
Yeah.
It also talks about the power of those simple lifestyle changes.
Absolutely, because those changes, they can have a ripple effect.
They can?
On every aspect of managing arthritis.
I believe it.
We've talked about maintaining a healthy weight.
Right.
And how even a small amount of weight loss can make a big difference.
Huge.
But what you eat is just as important.
Yeah. I was really into that whole food is medicine concept in the article.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to fighting inflammation.
Exactly. And the Mediterranean diet, it's perfect for that.
A Mediterranean diet.
With all those fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats.
All the good stuff.
It's been shown to have powerful anti-inflammatory effects.
Well, and it's delicious.
Exactly.
Olive oil, fatty fish, colorful veggies.
It's not like you're suffering.
No, it's not deprivation at all.
Exactly.
It's about making those changes that you can stick with.
That's the key. Sustainability.
Exactly.
Sustainability, that's what we want.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget about managing stress.
Oh, huge, yes.
Chronic stress can really do a number on your body.
It can, your whole body.
Including your joints.
Everything, yep.
This research, it highlighted the benefits of those mindfulness practices.
Right.
Like meditation or even just spending time in nature.
Just getting outside.
It's amazing how powerful that mind-body connection is.
It's so powerful.
And it's so often overlooked, I think.
It is, it is.
It's easy to get caught up in the medical treatments and forget about just taking care of our minds and our emotions.
Exactly, exactly.
But it sounds like that's really key when it comes to managing arthritis effectively.
It really is. That holistic approach, can't stress it enough.
It's all connected.
It really is.
And along those lines, seeking support, that's important too, right?
Very important, yeah.
Talking to others who just get it.
Yeah.
Whether it's online or in person, it makes a difference.
Huge. Because just that sense of community, of not feeling alone.
Right. Like you're not the only one going through this.
Exactly. That's so powerful.
It's so important.
It can make all the difference.
It really can. But before we go too far down that road,
yeah,
I do want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Those red flags, the signs that it's time to stop with the Google searches.
Right, right.
And get to a doctor.
Put the phone down, make the appointment.
Yes, exactly.
Because early detection is key.
It is.
with any health condition.
Yeah.
But especially arthritis.
Especially arthritis.
So if you're experiencing any of the following,
Okay.
it's time to pick up the phone.
It's doctor time.
Doctor time, you got it.
So those red flags, let's talk about those.
Yeah, the warning signs.
Yeah. When do we know it's time to actually see a doctor?
Right. And when to stop messing around to get some real help. Okay, so first off,
Yeah.
if your pain is really bad,
Like really, really bad.
yeah, like those over-the-counter meds, they're not doing anything.
They're useless.
That's a sure sign you need to see someone, like a professional.
Yeah. No more messing around at that point.
No, and don't try to be tough, you know.
Right. Don't ignore it.
Yeah, because ignoring pain, it only makes things worse.
Oh, I'm so guilty of that.
Aren't we all?
Thinking it'll just magically disappear.
Right, like it's just going to go away on its own.
Exactly.
But you're right. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Always, especially with health stuff.
Especially with health, 100%.
Okay, so bad pain, check. What else?
Swelling, that's another one.
Okay, yeah, swelling.
We talked about how some puffiness can be normal.
Right, with arthritis.
But if you notice a big change, like suddenly...
Like overnight, it's huge.
Yeah, like your joint almost doubles in size.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, that's a big red flag.
Okay, so slow and steady swelling, maybe keep an eye on it.
Yeah, keep an eye on
A
it.
sudden, intense swelling.
Doctor time.
Doctor time, got it.
Got it.
Okay, what about those deformities the article mentioned?
Oh, yeah.
Those sound a little scary.
Yeah, they could be a bit more, well, intense.
Intense, yeah. What are we talking about here?
We're talking about, like, actual changes in the shape of the joint.
Okay.
Maybe your finger starts to look crooked.
Whoa, wow.
Or your knee bends in a weird way.
Yeah, that's not right.
No, those are definitely not things to ignore.
Definitely not. And I imagine that level of change, it's got to affect your ability to move, too. Speaking of, what if the pain is so bad you can't do normal things anymore?
Right, like everyday stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a major warning sign right there.
Okay.
We're talking, like, struggling to do basic things.
Give me an example.
Buttoning your shirt, making dinner.
Walking up the stairs.
Yes, even just walking to the mailbox.
Wow.
Don't let it get to the point where you're, like, trapped at home because of pain.
Right, because you're avoiding life.
Exactly. Life's too short for that.
It really is. There's a difference between pushing through a little discomfort
Right.
and then just being miserable all the time.
Exactly. You got to find that balance.
Okay, so we've covered pain, swelling, deformities. What else?
This might seem obvious, but any fever with the joint pain,
Okay.
fatigue, feeling like you have the flu.
Yeah, like those general sick feelings.
Exactly. Especially with something like rheumatoid arthritis.
Your body trying to tell you something's wrong.
Exactly. Listen to your body.
Listen to your body. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow, we really have covered so much today.
We've been on a journey.
From the latest treatment options
The cutting edge.
to those little warning signs.
All the bases.
It's really amazing how much the whole field of arthritis is like constantly changing.
It's amazing. There's always something new.
It's true, but I think for our listener today,
Yeah.
the biggest takeaway is knowledge is power.
100%. Knowledge is power.
The more you know,
The better equipped you are
exactly, to advocate for yourself.
to have those conversations with your doctor.
Ask the right questions.
Exactly.
And ultimately take control of your health.
Yes, exactly. That's what it's all about.
Well said. And on that note, I think that's a wrap on this deep dive into the world of arthritis.
Till next time.